So you've booked your flights for 2025, but are you even allowed to board the plane? The TSA is rolling out some major changes this year, some good, some bad, and some, well, straight up lies. Yep, a certain viral travel video wants you to believe your carry-on bag is about to become an illegal contraband item. Spoiler alert, it's not true. Trust me on this, I fly a lot, and I'm a pilot too. Today, we're cutting through the nonsense and diving into the real TSA and airport changes coming this year in 2025. We're talking new facial recognition tech, changes to liquids, airline crackdowns, and sneaky new fees that could cost you big time. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. All right, first up, the real TSA changes. In 2025, biometric screening is going nationwide. That means instead of handing over your ID, you'll just step up to a scanner and boom, your face is your passport. Sounds efficient, right? Well, maybe. The TSA swears they aren't storing your face data. Sure, guys, we believe you. If you're not comfortable with the facial recognition system, you can opt out, but be prepared for longer security lines. Another major change, or should I say another change myth. Liquid restrictions are loosening. That's a big fat no. New CT scanners are rolling out, meaning you may no longer have to remove your laptop or liquids at some airports. However, the 311 rule still applies. That's 3.4 ounce max liquid bottles or 100 milliliter bottles for the rest of the world that uses metric in a 1 quart size bag, one per person. And that really hasn't changed, but they're cracking down on it more. The moral of the story, one person does a 2025 TSA changes video on YouTube, and everyone copies it without researching and verifying that it's real. So the 311 rule still applies, everyone. Now let's talk about that ridiculous viral claim that you're going to have to buy a brand new TSA approved carry-on in 2025 because airlines are standardizing sizes. This is a lie. There is no universal carry-on size limit for 2025. Now tell me real quick in the comments, are you a checked bag person or a carry-on person? Airlines still have their own restrictions. United, Delta, and American are 22 inches by 14 inches by 9 inches. Southwest, same size, but pillows and blankets now count as personal items. And of course, budget airlines like Frontier, Spirit, EasyJet, Ryanair have smaller sizes and stricter weight limits. Some airlines are getting stricter with weight limits and forcing more people to check bags at the gate, but there is no TSA mandated carry-on size rule. Don't fall for the hype. Whatever carry-on you've been using still should work if it's within the dimensions of the airline carry-on limits that you're flying on. Me? I have a 22 inch by 14 inch by 9 inch that I've had for 15, maybe 20 years that works fine. And honestly, I've never had any issues with it, even on budget airlines with stricter limits. Number 3, the new ID rules. Real ID, passports, and entry permits. If you're still rocking an old driver's license, listen up. Starting May 7th, 2025, you need a real ID or a passport to fly domestically in the US. Real ID has that little gold star in the top corner. No real ID? No worries. You can still use a passport, global entry card, or military ID. If you're flying internationally, you might need even more documentation than before. Going to Europe? You'll now need an ETIAS visa waiver, aka European ESTA, starting possibly in mid-2025. I say possibly because they've been trying to roll this out for quite some time and it keeps getting postponed. But I do think we'll see it this year. The cost of it is roughly about $7 US. It's valid for 3 years, and it's needed for entry to 30 plus European countries. Going to the UK, you'll soon have to pay 10 British pounds or approximately $13 US for an electronic travel authorization. Don't get scammed. Only apply through the official UK government website or app. Fake sites are charging $50 or more. Going to China, Americans can now visit certain parts of China for up to 10 days visa-free. Finally, some good news. Number 4, airlines are cracking down at the gate. If you thought airline baggage fees were bad before, get ready. Airlines are cracking down hard on oversized and overweight carry-ons. Some even weigh your carry-on before letting you board. I've watched LATAM walk around the boarding area looking for bags that they think are overweight or exceed the dimensions. Smart scales at the gate will also flag overweight bags, meaning you either repack in front of everyone, awkward, or cough up a fat baggage fee, which is often more at the gate than it was if you had paid for it when you booked your flight. Gate check fees are skyrocketing, so don't assume you can sneak through with an oversized bag and hope they let it slide. This is extra cash for the airlines, and some even offer commissions to the gate agents. Then there's gate lice. No, these aren't hair lice that are infesting the gate areas, although that could be true as well. The term gate lice refers to the herd of anxious passengers who crowd the boarding area way before their group is called, even though they know they're boarding Group 9. And we all see them standing there pretending not to look desperate. It's a universal frustration for travelers, and American Airlines has decided to do something about it. To combat this, American Airlines is rolling out a new boarding system that literally calls out and embarrasses passengers trying to board early. How it works? Well, if a passenger scans their boarding pass before their group is called, a system will deny them entry and make a sound to alert the gate agent. The agent then announces their actual boarding group and politely, but firmly, tells them to step aside. There is no arguing or sweet-talking the gate agent anymore. Their system automatically enforces boarding order. While American Airlines claims they picked a polite sound effect, early reports say it's still enough to make people feel awkward and get them to back off. And in the comments, I would love to hear what you think of the gate lice situation. Are you one of the people who actually walk up and try to board early, or do you get frustrated with those people? I'd like to know what your scoop is on that. Think of it like the game show Wrong Answer buzzer, but for people trying to sneak ahead in line. The system is already working. American Airlines has tested this system in Tucson and 2 other airports, and they saw an immediate improvement in boarding order and efficiency. Because of its success, they've rolled it out at over 100 airports already, with even more to come this year. American Airlines seems confident that this will reduce gate crowding and chaos, making the boarding process smoother and faster. But let's be honest, gate lice are persistent. Some people will still hover around the gate, acting confused like they accidentally wandered up there. Oh, I thought it was my turn. However, since the system physically prevents them from boarding early and calls them out in front of everyone, expect fewer offenders. Let's just hope they pick a great sound effect, maybe a womp 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 fail noise or an air horn blast for some maximum embarrassment. Number 5. New travel fees, more tourist taxes and entry charges. You're not just paying for flights anymore. Some destinations are charging extra tourist taxes just to enter. Venice, Italy, starting in 2025, travelers visiting on certain peak days will have to pay a €5 entry tax, even if they're just there for the day. Amsterdam, Bali, Thailand expect higher daily tourist taxes in 2025, with some destinations charging up to $10 per day just for being there. If you're planning a budget trip, be sure to check if your destination has hidden fees. Number 6, the future of airport security. A fully automated check-in? Imagine walking into an airport, never speaking to a single human, and breezing through security without pulling out your passport. Sounds futuristic. Well, it's happening. Las Vegas Airport is testing the fully automated TSA checkpoint. No agents, just tech. Automated bag scanners can now ID what's inside without opening your luggage. Facial recognition check-ins are already in place at Delta, American, and United lounges. And when I was in Singapore this past September, they were already doing this. Passport control was fully automated, no humans, and extremely efficient. This is the most efficient and futuristic airport I've ever been to. The goal? A touchless airport experience where security is faster, but also a little more Big Brother-ish. Final travel hacks for 2025. Here's how to stay ahead of the airport madness next year. Get TSA PreCheck and Global Entry. Seriously, they save so much time. Carry a power bank under 100 watts. Higher wattage ones are getting banned. Print your documents. Digital passes are great. until your phone dies. Use the Ask TSA social media service. They'll tell you if something is allowed before you pack it. That's your 2025 Airport Survival Guide. From fake rules to real TSA changes, and now you know what to expect and what to ignore. Which of these changes do you hate the most? Drop a comment below. Also hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss travel hacks. Safe travels, and don't let the TSA ruin your trip.